Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing topic of conversation. Before we dive in, I want to thank my sponsors, the Health Channel. So please sign up for their newsletter and Alexa's Workspaces. Everything you need regarding work. If you need a virtual office, um, a boardroom for just 1 hour, just call Alexa's Workspaces. And we welcome Aventura Moms, a resource page where you can find and ask anything. And from the Power of the Heels, we would love to see you the second Thursday of every month at the AC Hotel in Aventura. So please join us for our next meeting for our re-energizing, reimagined, and refocused network. Thank you. And now, Angelique, welcome.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. And you have a very interesting story.
Yeah.
Stories.
I've lived a long time.
Stories. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start first with the hotel task force.
Mm-hmm.
It really caught my eye when you told us that you lived in hotels for 5 weeks.
It's actually longer. It can be anywhere from 3 weeks to a year.
To a year, but it's by contract.
Yes.
So you decide what contract you get. So Absolutely. Tell us, what is a hotel task force?
So a hotel task forcer is someone like me, someone like you, who either know the hotel business or kind of can get in there and get to know the hotel business. We come in when the hotel's in trouble for one reason or another, be it it's being sold, or a part of the team is sick, or some hotels, believe it or not, many of us, we go to hotels and all we know is our fabulous experience of I'm at your service, but you have no idea that in the background there could have been a mass exodus, because usually when one person quits, 10 people quit. So we come in to save the day, basically.
So they just call you and then you have like a whole team and you go in, take over, make it happen, and then leave.
Yeah, so it could be like, say for instance, like when we met and in the situation, it was a person, she was out ill. And because she's out ill and she does the weddings and things like that, I would be assigned to come in and wrap my arms around her wedding clients to say, hello, my name is Angelic. I'm here while she's out ill. Anything you need, I'm your girl, right? If it's someone that is doing business traveler thing, so I'm there to hug the clients, to try to keep them, to answer their questions. So I'm a stand-in. I'm like the substitute teacher.
Like a substitute teacher. I was gonna say that.
Yes, and it may not be a whole team of people. It would be one. It could be 3 of us. It just depends. And so the hotel management companies, they reach out to companies like the one that I'm with and say, hey, we need a director of sales, or we need housekeepers, or we need front desk people, or we need a chef, or we need a valet. We need anything hospitality. And then we will give them a rate. They will say, okay. And then they fly us to the hotel. So we never know. Calls come in from all over the country and also from the Caribbean. And we have no idea who's going to call today. And they ask us if we can come and help. So yeah, that's how that goes.
So you live away from your home, like for however weeks your contract is, right?
Yes. So because I live in California and right now I'm in Florida, which I've been in Florida now for a year, not in Aventura, but I was up in Central Florida for 10 months. Okay. So because I live in California, door to door is a 12-hour flight. So generally we would go home every third week. Sometimes once every other week we would go home. That's such a flight, and then come back. Yeah. So that's such a long flight for me. I will spend the weekends. I'll spend a couple of the weekends here, and then I'll go home for about 4 or 5 days and come back if need be. But when I'm on the West Coast, because that's where I live, I'll go home, when I work in Las Vegas or something, I would go home every weekend if I want. It's a 32-minute flight. So.
But if not, you will live in the hotel. Anyways, you live in the hotel.
I sure do, even if I'm in California, because that's the beautiful part about task forcing. Traffic is the elevator. We don't do traffic. Okay.
Traffic is the elevator. I love that.
Traffic is the elevator. And of course, everyone makes fun of us and say, how was your commute? And we say, oh my God, that second and third floor is monster, right? So yeah, so we commute via elevator. All of our meals, be it if we eat out or if we eat in a hotel, it is paid for by the hotel. We expense everything. If I got an Uber because I wanted to go to the grocery store while I'm here, I expense that. So we have no liability, no financial liability while we're here, unless it's something.
You get someone to do your bed every morning.
Yes.
You go down and you have an amazing buffet for breakfast.
Yes.
All
yes.
your meals covered, and after you finish work, it's relaxing time.
Exactly. And if you don't mind gaining about 30 pounds as I have.
Why?
Come on, you're doing nothing unless you go to the gym, unless you do something. You are riding, you're here and you eat and you're in your hotel room and you have room service and you just lay down and
You have amazing gyms in most of the hotels that you go, so you need to take advantage of it.
I know. I know.
Okay. So, your next venture.
Sometimes I do. That's why I keep it at about 30 pounds too much instead of 50.
Okay. That's a start.
Yeah, I have a cap.
Have a cap. So your next venture, it's a female-driven business.
Absolutely.
Only female. Your investors are female. All your task force is female. Great for the power of the heels.
Yes.
So
well, no, task force, the hotel business, that's male and female.
Yeah, no, I know. It's the female part of it, which I want you to talk about it. The Yoni Fitness Club.
Yes, Yoni Fitness Club. So the yoni is a Sanskrit word for our beautiful lady part, okay, which is what makes us female. And oftentimes we'll go to the gym, we'll work on our legs, our arms, we'll do our hair, our makeup, but we will not pay attention to the most important part of our bodies, which is our yoni. Okay. It's a lot of people don't. When I've asked women in groups, I'll say to them, have you done your Kegel exercises today? Most say no. This week? No. This month? No. This year? No. I don't care how physically fit they are. They have not worked on that. So with me being a mother, okay, of 6, I have 1 son and 5 daughters. I have a great appreciation for female health. And so a lot of women don't realize that if you don't do pelvic floor strengthening exercises regularly, just like drinking water or washing your face or working your arms out or walking or anything like that, then you could put yourself in a position to be in a world of trouble. You could suffer a prolapsed uterus. You could sneeze. Every time you sneeze, you sprinkle your panties a little bit. A lot of women have that problem. And also women who are older and they want to still have fun with their husbands, and they may not be as interested because when it comes to having that orgasmic timing, it's weak, it's very weak. So they're, they could take it or leave it. Most women are there to cater to their husbands and not to themselves. It's no fun for them. But by doing these kinds of exercises, it makes everything stronger, better for your whole pelvis floor region. So incontinence, your sexual life, your bladder, your uterus, if your uterus was to prolapse, right? There's so many women, I see them on treadmills all, when I go to the gym, they're jogging. Okay. And every bang, 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 her uterus is bouncing and it's tapping her bladder. Most of them are wearing adult diapers, those women that you see jogging, okay? It's tapping their bladder and they're drinking a bunch of water. Their pelvis floors are pretty weak. Well, what they don't understand is that they're wearing these types of things that are made by companies like Always brand. And those things have chemicals in it that makes the uterus bigger. It makes it hemorrhage. So you can bleed an extra day or two, which will cause you to have a prolapse. Huh?
And buy more?
And buy more. You'll buy more. And if your uterus prolapse, I have a friend now with a prolapsed uterus and she lives in pain. A lot of people think nothing of it because no one talks about it, but she lives in pain. She's 43 years old. Okay. And if you have a prolapsed uterus, or if you have fibroids and you're hemorrhaging, the doctors will generally prescribe you pads or adult diapers because it's pharmaceutical and they make more money. Well, with the Yoni Fitness Club, we teach you to pay so much attention to your yoni that you won't have that problem. And if you do have the problem, you can reverse it. And so with the knowledge that this is a problem that women can't remember to do the Kegel exercises, that very private exercise that I can be doing right now. You could be doing right now. We can do it standing in line at the grocery store or having dinner with our husband's parents. Nobody will know what you're doing inside under your skirt. And all along, you're getting in shape. So what we do is we send out notifications discreetly to your phone, and it will tell you, do 10 pulses and hold. Do 10 and hold. These are specialized exercises that I've created, and I call it Yoni Yoga and Yoni Pilates on the go. And it teaches you balance and rhythm so that you're more in tune with your femininity, your soft femininity. It's all about being rooted in it. So,
and it's a base subscription, right?
It's a paid subscription. It's something that you don't even have to think about. It's only $4.99 per month. Okay. And you will get these notifications to your phone. You'll get affirmations sent to you about how beautiful and wonderful you are as a female. You will get recipes sent to your phone about how to make watermelon water and pineapple water and all these things we want to smell and feel like. We
exercises.
Yep, and you get the exercises. So you'll belong to a club that is, some people have told me with the climate that's happening today, oh, that's kind of biased, it's only females. Well, we're not really an inclusive type of thing because we are.
You're not inclusive, but the energy is different.
Yes, that's right.
Women are going to understand that if you sneeze,
yes,
you can get wet a little bit while the guy will look at you like, what is this?
Exactly. And let's say you're out to dinner with the guy and you guys are having fun and he's trying to make you laugh because that's what they do. and he's making you laugh, and you've had 2 glasses of wine, and oh my God, you are a mess. And then you can't be spontaneous with him when you get home. Oh, let me take a shower because you're like a huge baby. There's nothing sexy about that.
Okay, so where do they find you? Where do they sign up?
So they go to yonifitnessclub.com. So it's YONIFITNESSCLUB.com. Yonifitnessclub.com. It's the safe place for girls age 14 to 100.
So now next to the other venture, because this is a 3-part story.
Yeah, I've lived a long time.
You're venturing into the guys' world now.
Yes. Yeah. See, so everyone gets their attention.
Everyone gets their little bit of your time.
A little bit of my time, yeah.
Well, a little bit of your ingenuity.
Yeah, yeah. Like I have a really healthy mind, so I'm always wanting to do something to fix a problem. Okay. And I'm really into holistic healing and that lane of things, as I said, I have 6 children. I've never immunized them. They don't get sick, have never been sick. I don't eat all kinds of, I don't eat certain things. I don't eat meat. I don't, I like bread. That's why I'm fluffy. Okay. but so with the men's side, if you notice, there's all these funny gas station pills, and all these different men are very preoccupied with their sexual activity. And so there's the Viagras and the Cialis and all the other things that'll poison them or give them a heart attack. Women, I thought about women too. A lot of women are losing their husbands to heart attacks and strokes because he's preoccupied with trying to be with her romantically, and he can't. So he's taking something poisonous to do that, and then he turns up dead. And so with that in mind, there's a man that I met, and we were talking about it, and I told him I always wished I could find something that could help men too. And he had a friend that had a problem with his sexuality. The guy became impotent and he needed help. So my friend helped him and created something, and that was a topical application for men, and it's rooted in the cacao bean, cinnamon, ashwagandha.
It works just topical without taking anything?
Absolutely. So we have a couple of guys. There's this one guy, he's 70. He's in a wheelchair. And I thought, you guys are taking it too far selling this to him. For what? We have him on video too. I thought you're just trying to make your quota. You want to sell something. This man is in a wheelchair and he's 70. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of strikes against him. It brought this man back to life. And he's been able to be with women. He doesn't have a woman, but with women. Can you believe it? And then we have another guy. He had his prostate shaved. And this man, he actually gave us a beautiful testimony. He said, I have not been able to be with my wife for 10 years, and now I can. So with that, it became such a thing that in 1 year, we had sold to 3,000 men, one at a time, not doing no paid marketing or anything. One at a time, over 3,000 men in several countries, including
what is the side effect?
0 side effects. 1,000,000% 0 side effects.
It's just the cream.
It's just the cream, and it's even edible. It is just the cream. Okay, they can go to the website and look it up. You can look at every ingredient. Everything is organic, and everything is edible. This is, there is something to it, being that our food is our medicine, and some things you can put topically. So let me tell you, this particular concoction The Mayans used it for over 1,500 years. This was only eaten by royalty and eaten by military. They also used the cacao bean for trade. This is a very, very important bean, and it is an aphrodisiac that works for men. We have no complaints. We haven't had a single, and I challenge people, we can show you our books, call any of the customers. None of them have a complaint. They all say great things. They all keep coming back. And you know, there's another thing. We have something else that's called, we call it the extreme sharpener, because, you know, when in conversation,
Sharpener?
it's a sharpener for the man, for his man part, you know, for his sword. So hence the name Sword Vitality. And we were talking to some guys, and they were talking about how they have no stamina, you know, they're 15 seconds is all you get, you know. And so the guy that created this formula, he said, well, the problem is that men don't sharpen their swords. And I was, what do you mean by that? Now, there is a man, I think his name is Manik Chi, and he talks about sharpening the knife. It's an ancient Chinese practice that they taught their sons before they got married, so that their sons can be able to handle their wives. And then with the topical cream, it was for the kings and for the soldiers, because the soldiers needed to stay virile, and the kings had to satisfy all of their concubines and their harems. So we have it. There's not another person in the world that has our formula.
So where do they get it?
They get it from swordvitality.com. Okay, I did a huge acquisition with Amon Dolphin, AD Dolphin of D Herbs. And so now it's being marketed on ESPN radio. And let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry. ESPN radio now. Because we just did the launch. So
Good for you.
yay, thank you.
Not only you have the task force in the hotels, a women-driven business, and now you're venturing into the guys' business.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you're a real power of the heels.
Yeah, you're right. I am, you know, I am.
And 6 kids.
I have 6 children, yes. I got married when I was 16 years old, so I'm divorced now, okay? I divorced him now, so now I'm free to fly as high as I want to. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish
You're
you
welcome.
all the success in every venture and everything that you envision.
Thank you.
For everybody else, please stay safe, and until next week. Have a great day.